Okay, I said this to start my show, is I didn't learn anything about James Harden last night. He's great. I know it. But I learned something about the Lakers. Brandon Ingram got hurt again, left. In the last 4 games without him, Kyle Kuzma has established himself. I had an NBA scout tell me a year ago. Just keep watching Kuzma. He's got dog. Ingram doesn't have dog. Kuzma's got dog. Coaches are all looking for dog.
Right.
Am I nuts here?
No.
LeBron found his 2.
Certainly for this year, Kuzma is a better fit with LeBron than Ingram. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Well, one, he can catch and shoot.
Bingo.
And like you said, he has that dog because LeBron is such a facilitator that his second guy, think of the best fits with him as a second guy. Kyrie Irving, dog. Dwayne Wade, dog. Like when they get it, they just go and get it. Kuzma, I mean, sometimes you like pull it back a little bit, but you like that he's so aggressive in terms of trying to score.
And a lot of these young guys, these Andrew Wiggins guys, they're talented, but there's no alpha. Right. Kuzma's aggressive to a fault. For the record, LeBron loves aggressive guys. He loves Rondo. He likes JR. Question. He likes kind of the crazy aggressive guy.
Look. I'm not saying Kyle Kuzma is not as good as Scottie Pippen. I don't think he'll be as good as Scottie Pippen. They're totally different types of players. Pippen was better playmaker, defender. Kuzma's more of a scorer's mentality. But watching Kuzma learn and grow under LeBron, I feel like I felt when I watched Pippen. Pippen didn't just come in the league. It's great. He averaged 8 points as a rookie.
Yeah.
14 the next year, I think. Then 16, 17. All-Star his 3rd year. Every year you could see improvement with him under Jordan. And I used to sit there and think, I can just see how he's learning. He's like a pupil at Michael Jordan's feet. And he improved every year, really every month.
And Kyle's
Jordan.
doing that.
I see the same thing with Kuzma.
So that tells me that, and I'll go back to this, you think I'm nuts. Kuzma can hit threes. LeBron's a better three-point shooter. They have an identity if they get Bradley Beal. I'm just saying, now they're an elite three-point shooting team with Josh Hart off the bench who can shoot threes.
There's an interesting situation here because the players they would have to use to get Beal, they want to use to get Anthony Davis.
Right.
Okay, Anthony Davis is obviously a better player.
Yes.
The question is, how good of a fit is he with LeBron?
Beal's a great fit.
Beal's a great fit. He's not as good as Davis, but he's a great fit. I think they're going to go for the shiny toy, which is and it may work because, look, Kyrie wasn't the perfect fit. Wade wasn't the perfect fit with LeBron, but the two of them were just so good individually that they won. That would be the Anthony Davis model. I don't think he's going to be a perfect fit with LeBron, but they're both so good that you think they could win. The better fit, though, is Beal, Kuzma, LeBron, but is that good enough to win championships?
I think it is.
If the Warriors break up, maybe.
All right, let's go. I got to go to 2 things here. Number 1, Kevin Durant is talking, podcast, banging on LeBron, and you.
I love it. And whether I don't know that he's taking shots at LeBron because they are good friends, but he's laying down the gauntlet. Like I told you, I've always been told he doesn't want to play with LeBron. He thinks he's better than LeBron. Right. And this goes back years. This isn't just since he started winning championships. He thinks he's better than LeBron and has for a long time, so he wants to compete against him. And he is laying down the gauntlet, Colin. Like, now, you can sit back and say, oh, easy to do when you got Steph and Clay and, you joined the 73-win team, which is legitimate. However, he is laying it down, and maybe, if he really wants to one-up LeBron, don't just keep winning it in Golden State. But if he went to the Clippers, which there's obviously all this talk about, and he won over LeBron or made the Clippers better, then that really would be Kevin Durant sticking it to LeBron.
One of the things I said, what bothers me, you don't have to be the best NBA reporter ever to be great. You don't have to be the best talk show host ever to be great. But in sports, Andy Reid and Phillip Rivers are not great because they don't have the ring. Barry Switzer has a ring. Andy Reid's a better coach. And that's no shot at Barry Switzer because Barry was a legend in college and won a ring in the NFL. But the same thing I've been told gets you hot in the NBA. That you have to win the ring or it invalidates your life.
I remember, I know when it changed. Because, look, Jerry West made it to 9 finals, won 1.
1 and 8.
And lost his first 7. Okay, and he's the logo, and his nickname's Mr. Clutch. And I love Jerry West. There's nothing against him. But today, if a player got to 9 finals, only one, lost his first 7, there's no way he'd be known as the opposite.
We would mock you.
He would be getting crushed daily. He doesn't have it. He's not a winner, this and that. It changed. It began to change with Bird and Magic. Okay, Bird and Magic, because they were so obviously just about winning, didn't care about the individual statistics. Bird never led the league in scoring, even though he was a great scorer. Magic only averaged 19 points a game, but they were all about winning, and they won right away.
Yes.
Magic as a rookie, Bird in his second year. I mean, think about now when a guy's in his 5th, 6th year, we still think he's growing. They were, by their 5th or 6th year, it was like, man, they're in the finals every year. And then Jordan took it to another level.
Thank you.
Because he won so much, he set the standard and the bar so high. And he won those 6 in a condensed time. Like Kobe won 5, Duncan won 5, but it was over a much longer period. And now that's when winning became the end-all, be-all in the NBA. And now if you don't win, I mean, it is really held against you.
It really is, and it's unfortunate. By the way, I said this earlier. There are tough jobs in sports. This moment, it's not the Cowboys. By the way, there have been a lot of average seasons by Jason Garrett. Keeps his job. Keeps his job. John Farrell kept his job in Boston for several years. I want people to think about this. Luke Walton's won 6 of 8, 7 of 11, is about 2 games out of first, with LeBron and mostly pending transactions. He's got Magic as a boss, Kobe's agent as a boss, Jerry West in the building. He's got Phil Jackson's ex owns the team and LeBron on the team. And I am hearing regularly he's going to get run out of the building by the trading deadline. This is the toughest job in American sports today. I'm not saying it will be in 10 years. We are being ridiculous with Luke Walton, are we not?
I think he's doing a good job.
So do I.
This team is, a game and a half, 2 games out of first place in the West. Like you said, I agree. Everything you said is true. It's a tough job. The question, I think he'll survive this year. The question is, will he be back next year? That's the question. And if they go deep in the playoffs, which why shouldn't they? If they don't go deep in the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be Luke Walton's fault. It'll be on the players. Because the West is there for the taking in terms of getting to the conference finals. You got OKC, after the Warriors, of course. OKC and who? I mean, Houston's having all sorts of troubles. You got LeBron James and Kuzma's coming, and you got depth. You got Rondo. You have veterans who've been there. We'll see how Luke does in the playoffs, but I think he's going to survive this year. I don't think he's gone before the trade deadline. I heard Steven Jackson on here, though, say he couldn't play for Luke. Here's the challenge for Luke, and this is probably why you hear some of the things you hear. Luke is coaching players and against players that he played against. And they know, and forget he wasn't great. We know he wasn't great. Most of the ex-players that are good coaches weren't great. But Ty Lue, who's doing in the same boat as Luke,
little dog.
Coaching, yes. He was viewed as a dog. He wasn't a great player, but people respected him, players, as, he goes and gets it. He's a warrior. Derek Fisher, same thing. He's a dog. He's a warrior. He hit big shots. Luke didn't have that. That's why but here, Phil Jackson, not a great player. Pat Riley, not a great player. But guess what? By the time they started coaching, pretty much everyone they competed against was done. And it was a younger generation that didn't really remember them as players and all that. And they could build themselves up as these great coaches. That's what Luke is fighting with some of the guys that are his age. I mean, he was in LeBron and Wade's draft.
That's a good point. Good seeing you, bud. Who do you like, Cowboys, Colts?
That's a tough one.
Cowboys have wrapped it up. They've wrapped it up. And the Colts are fighting for their life. And
I think I'm going to go with the Colts.
I love the Colts this
weekend.
Don't
hold me to that, but I think I'm going to go with the Colts. You know I'm 40-20 in my picks this year.
What?
40-20 with the spread against the spread.
What?
40-20. That's right.
What is that? You and
I could be making millions if me and Parker.
You're
we do
40-20.
Our I'm 40-20. I'm not going to tell you what he is, but I'm crushed. I'm not even competing against him anymore.
Yeah,
I'm just competing.
You're
against
like
myself.
Alabama, and he's Temple.
Right. I mean, he's under 500. I'll just put it that way. I'm 40-20, man.
Well, that's right. That's the reason I always ask you football questions.
Hey.
You know your stuff.
People listen to me and bet, and you might win some money.
There you go. Thanks, buddy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.